realised it's been a little while since we had a walk around the studio, and I've recently done a few things, changed a few things with cabinets, so I thought maybe this would be a good time to just have another quick whip round at sort of shoulder height, and I'll show you what we've got. So this hasn't changed too much, I don't think, since the last time that I showed you these four shelves here. As you can see down behind, this is my big background Bob Ross canvas that I still haven't had the courage to paint yet. Although every year I like, alright, this year is the year. I still haven't got around to doing it. Maybe this year will be it. But these four shelves here, the top two shelves are my townsfolk, citizens, civilians, and then there's my orcs and my empire down here hidden behind the canvas are on these shelves. This cabinet here is my Goblinoids combat cards set. That hasn't changed dramatically. If I turn this around here, you've seen this wall unit before, but some things have changed here. So my Famir army is now along here, where I had my Snotling pump wagons and Snotling other things and unpainted goblins and things along here. This is now a painted Famir army. My Chaos, my Wood Elves, my Dwarves are now all the way along here, and my Barbarians have come out of the other cabinet and are ranged along here. My unpainted goblins have moved up to here, and my High Elves have also come out of the cabinet up the top there. So what I've done basically is decide that I want to have all of my fantasy armies largely in one place. So I've got my Empire and my Orcs there. Here are all of my sort of one shelf armies, my sort of 2,000 points roughly, I guess is what you'd fit on. Almost knocked me dragon off. Is what you'd fit on one length of these shelves. So those armies are there. If we move around this way, professional camera pan, woo! There we go. My big armies are here. So here's my undead army that you've seen previously. Here's my Night Goblin army that I'm working through at the moment. Up to about here is painted, so it's about halfway there now, which is exciting. Oh, I could. Look at me being a pro and not adjusting my lighting. There we go. How's that? Any better? Probably not. Anyway, so these are my two larger fantasy armies on these shelves here, and these cabinets here. This one, this was two smaller cabinets that are now over there, and I'll show you in a moment. This larger cabinet was over there, and I've now moved it here. And this has got my fantasy monster types in it. So some big treemen in there, some giants, some demons, some ogres, some animals along the bottom there, some minotaurs, that kind of thing. And then my trolls are in this little cabinet down here. So basically what I wanted was to have all of my fantasy armies on shelves where I could grab what I wanted as and when I wanted it in this sort of half of the room. Then moving around the room a bit more, what are we seeing here? In this corner, so I should show you this corner here, next to the shelving, this is still where all my scenic equipment and stuff is being kept. Then we go to this corner. Can you see there? Can I get here? Yes. Okay. And then this corner is more of a sort of display corner. So I've got this big new cabinet here. This was really lovely and a nice sort of gum tree find, and all of my HeroQuest figures that were crammed into these smaller cabinets back over on that wall where my giants and trolls and other things were, they're now able to be a lot more sort of spaced out here, and they're looking really nice, I think. yeah, it's really nice to give them a bit more space around them, have a bit more of a display. So I'm really happy with how that's worked out. My small cabinets are now here, and this one's got sort of warbandy things in it, and the other small cabinet over here has got my sort of sci-fi stuff, my Rogue Trader bits and pieces, and some Blood Bowl teams in it. And then this cabinet, this big cabinet in the corner here, that did have my Famir army in the top, and then my High Elves and my Barbarians. This has now got dioramas in it. So all of my, I've got my Hero Quest diorama, which was in here anyway, and all of the Dreamstone stuff was in here anyway, but this has now got everything that I've got that was sort of individually based as a little vignette, or as a one-off figure that I just painted because I liked it and wanted to display it. Previously they were in the cupboard that my giants are now in, down here, but there wasn't really enough space, and once I finish my Night Goblins, that's what I want to do more of. I want to paint more figures just because I like the figure, which is how I used to paint when I was a kid, even though I wasn't very good. I just liked to paint the figures because I saw them and I liked them. So there's a bunch of stuff in here already that I want to paint, but I wanted to give myself enough space that I could do some more of those and put them in there. The Barbarian Mammoth is still in here, and my sort of obelisk-y thing that goes with my Famir army. Ooh, a banner's fallen off. These are too tall to go on the shelving unit over there, so they are living here now. And I've still got my mended drum in the corner there with all of my Discworld figures on that. I was able to shunt a bit further. I had to take a chimney off, unfortunately, but I don't think you really notice. In order for that to shunt a bit into the corner, to put this new cabinet in place, and it just means that there's a bit more space, and I will probably fill it because that's what you do, right? you don't give up on collecting miniatures. I've got loads of Space Hulk and Space Crusade stuff I want to paint, so that will pack everything out even more. But for the moment, everything is spread so there's a bit more space around it. It's a bit more displayed, and it looks nicer for being more aerated and less squashed together. So that was my intention. I don't know if you can see behind me here, I did have a bit of a problem with some water leaking in from the Velux window down here, and I have been able to sort that out, hopefully, fingers crossed, touching wood, that's all sorted out. But this white isn't white. This is a colour that we got mixed off a swatch, and unfortunately when I went to repaint this, the paint had all separated and gone all kind of granular and horrible, so I'm going to have to try and find that swatch that we used, because I didn't make a note of it, foolish, because I thought I had a third of a tub of paint left as a reserve, and get a little tester pot and paint that back in, but hopefully that's all sorted now. I can crank around a little bit more there, so if you haven't seen that already, that's the John Sibbick painting that is on the front cover of The Woods, that I was able to get John to do, which was exciting. And then if we go up a bit more, can we go up a bit more? We can go up a bit more. So there's some Starcom stuff up there. I don't know if you remember Starcom. Got quite a bit of that still. Some of my theology books there. My big Hero Quest set. I painted up Dark World last summer. I've got the Dungeons and Dragons board game now up the top there to paint up this time as well. I recently acquired another copy of Space Hulk, so that one there is the newly acquired one. The rest of the Space Hulk with the Space Crusade is in that box down the bottom that I haven't painted up yet, so I've got that to do. I haven't got around to painting up my Battleground stuff yet. The ships on top of there, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I might get rid of those. It's been a long time since we used them for Warhammer Ahoy at Boyle. and I'm not really planning on using them again. But you know what happens if you get rid of them, then you'll want to use them, won't you? Something will come up. And I've added an extra guitar to the wall here. This is not a new one. It's not just that's something that I tell my wife, it's not a new guitar. It is not a new guitar. This is one that I had lent to a friend that he recently gave it back to me, so I was able to hang that up and complete. I now have all of my guitars hung up, including the little half-sized one there that I managed to squeeze in next to the cabinet under my Star Wars stuff, which is all up there, and then my Bucky O'Hare stuff is all up there. That hasn't changed either. So there you go. There's just a quick whiz around. I don't know if that's of interest to anybody. It's of interest to me just to chart the state the studio's in, because it will change. Of course it will change. 2 years down the line, maybe less than that, I will have all of these cabinets in different places again, or we may be somewhere else completely. Who knows? Anyway, I hope that's been interesting. Let me know if you've seen anything on the way around that you want better photos of, and I will try and do what I can. And if there's anything you want me to talk about in a future video, let me know. And if you want me to shut up and stop talking about my own stuff, let me know that too. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll try and see what I can do. All right. Take care, and I'll see you next week.